Today's collectible spot, we're having a look at the Scooby-Doo Goo Crew collectible figures. For ages 3 and up, I actually picked up 3 bags. And it looks like you get yourself Shaggy, you get yourself Scooby, and you get yourself some monsters. I hope there's not only 4 to collect. If that was the case, I really should have picked up 4 bags. The Scooby looks kind of cute. It says Goo Crew. Now, it looks like there's goo all over these monsters. Dracula's got some goo on his forehead. The Mummy's got some goo on his shoulder. Even Scooby-Doo's got some goo on his back. What's going on with all this goo? Do we need this much goo? I would have been fine with just regular Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo without the goo. All this rhyming going on. On the back, it's manufactured by Charter Limited. And you can go to www.characteronline.co.uk. Not suitable for children under 36 months. Choking hazard as it does contain small parts. So now we know what to expect. Let's open this up and figure out what we got inside. Open up the first bag. Inside, let's see if we first pull out a pamphlet before we figure out what we got inside. Alright, so we've got Scooby, Medieval, Scooby, Scooby, I don't know. We got Goo Crew, Shaggy, Scooby-Doo, oh I see what they do, Scooby-Doo. Fire Goo Crew, Shaggy, Caveman, Scooby, Beast from the Bottom of the Goo Lake, Goo Crew Fred. We got anything on the back? Oh yes, we do have lots more on the back. Sherlock Scooby. Let's zoom in a little bit. I apologize. Let's zoom in a little bit. Goo Buster Shaggy, the Goo Creeper, the Goo Skeleton Man, Goo Crew Velma, Pirate Captain Scooby, and Goo Crew Daphne. Well, I can tell you before we even look at these figurines, did we really need to have goo all over them? Unless they've reused it. I guess they haven't reused it because there's Shaggy with, I guess, Goo Crew and a Goo Crew outfit or something on there. But I mean, certainly for the Daphne, the Velma, and all these monsters, really didn't need to have goo on them. They could have just they could have just slapped these monsters inside a blind bag. Spot would have been very, very happy. Why did we have to have goo all over them? Unless we have already gotten Scooby-Doo collectibles before, they're just reusing the molds and they're just putting goo all over them. I don't know. Collect all the figurines. So let's move that aside. Let's figure out which one we first got. And inside, what do we got here? We got some firefighting Shaggy. Okay, let's reference the material here. Fire Goo Crew Shaggy is what we got. You know what would have been better than Fire Goo Crew Shaggy? Anything else. Or at least just a regular Shaggy. I mean, the coloring is nice. The paint's pretty good. His face is good. It looks like Shaggy. I don't really know why he necessarily needs to have a firefighter's outfit. Is this to help put out the goo? Do we have a substantial goo outbreak that only a firefighter could resolve? I don't know. I just don't know. Alright, so we got Shaggy. Not really all that thrilled. I would have loved some monsters. Maybe we'll find some monsters in the next 2 bags. Let's open this one up. Move the camera back a little bit. Let's open this up, find out which one we got. We got Goo Crew. Goo Crew Daphne. Face is a little rough. She kind of looks like she's Asian. And she's got really... Oh my god, look at the size of her hands. Her hands are bigger than her head. They look like oven mitts. And she's extremely tanned. And she's got some goo on her forehead. And she's got some goo on her hand. Goo Crew Daphne. Wow. Alright. It ain't getting any better, folks. It ain't getting any bit better. Let's have the whole... Hopefully this whole review is residing now on this last bag. Let's hope the bag comes through with something good. Alright, at least we got Shaggy. Or, sorry, at least we got Scooby. That's so ridiculous. We see Scooby-Doo with a magnifying glass. He's looking for clues, or he's looking for goo. Apparently, there's no reflective surfaces for Scooby to simply realize he's covered in it. He's got goo all over his back. He's got goo all over this magnifying lens. Magnifying glass. I really like the Scooby, and I'm certainly glad at least of the three I got a Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. Yeah, really didn't need the goo, though. Really didn't need the goo. How many times has Spot said goo in this review? If they had just left this off the magnifying lens, magnifying glass, and left it off his back, that would be a nice little PVC Scooby-Doo. No, apparently they want to just put goo on everything, which again makes me wonder if these are just reused figures and they just have decided to repackage them as the Goo Crew. I don't know. I really don't know. Scooby-Doo, where are you? He's here, covered in goo. Well, they're not the greatest at collectibles. I suppose if you really like Scooby-Doo, no matter how he comes, then perhaps Goo Crew Scooby-Doo is right up your alley. I didn't get any monsters, sadly, but at least I got a Scooby-Doo. I don't know. It's already worn itself thin. Today's collectible spot, we're having a look at the Scooby-Doo Goo Crew figure collectibles. They could have just easily done without the goo. That's what I think. Thanks for watching, though, guys. Certainly stick around. More collectible spots are heading your way. See you guys next time.